right, good afternoon. We're going to get ready to get started. We'd like to welcome you to the 2016 Higgins Moving On ceremony. We'd like to celebrate and recognize the accomplishments of our students during their time here. My name is Ms. McGovern, and I am a housemaster, and along with Mr. Busey, our principal, and Mrs. Giganti, the 8th grade housemaster, I'd like to welcome you here today. I'd like to welcome our special guest, Mayor Betancourt, Representative Walsh and Spiliotis, Senator Lovely, Superintendent Levine, Assistant Superintendent Kara Murtagh, a couple of our school committee members, Jared Hockman, Beverly Griffin Dunn, and John Olympio. And not to be let out, our new city councilor, John Turco. Welcome. I think that covers everybody. You know, it's always wonderful when you live in a city where you have such great support, and we have, as you can tell, watching our new building go up, that we've had great support from our representatives and our counselors, so thank you. At this time, I'm going to ask that the aisles remain clear as we bring in the Higgins Middle School class of 2016. Mr. Giannopoulos will lead the 7th grade band in our processional music, and students will be entering from both sides of the gym, so please keep the sides open. Thank you. All right. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to invite up Janelle McCormick and Ramon Franco for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Select Choir for the singing of the Star Spangled Banner. Do you need the words? Right?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Shelby. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Just read off the paper.
Are we supposed to... Should we do it now? Should we start it now? Do we do it now? When do we do it?
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Christone. Just a couple of, you may now sit. Thank you. In my opening welcome, I omitted one of our city councilors that is with us today, so I'd like to welcome Jim Matsoulis. I apologize for that. Thank you. And I would also like to let you know that we are being taped by Peabody Access Television, so it will be, the moving on will be for view on your cable stations, and it will also be available for you to purchase through Peabody Access Television. At this time, I'd like to welcome to our podium our principal, who has done such a great job in leading this wonderful group of students for the past 3 years, Mr. Todd Busey.
Thank you, Ms. McGovern. Good afternoon, Mayor Betancourt, Superintendent Levine, Assistant Superintendent Murtagh, invited guests, friends, families, and especially to you, the Higgins Middle School class of 2016. And welcome to our Grade 8 Moving On ceremony. This is always a special occasion as we celebrate the achievements of our graduating class as they move on to high school, whether it be to Peabody High or any of the other schools that members of this class will be heading off to. This is a particularly special occasion as we say goodbye to both a class and a building, as next week we will be moving right next door. Having taken part in one form or another in all but 4 of the past 21 moving on ceremonies in this gym, it's a little bittersweet to be addressing what is likely the last ceremony in this format. And I think it is fitting that we end an era with this class. While you may not be students in the new building, you have certainly played a part, and your legacy will live on at 85 Perkins Street, which is the new address of our new building. Most of you got a chance to sign your name on the beam that sits high above center court in the new gym. Most of you participated in focus groups and voted on the selection of furniture that every student in the new school will be sitting on and writing at for years. The Pisces cluster helped us tremendously by piloting what is going to be one of the largest one-to-one Chromebook rollouts in the state. And finally, many of you voted in our logo contest, helping to select the great new design that will be officially unveiled tomorrow. Make no mistake, that building next door is as much your school as anybody else's. This year, there are over 400 of you moving on, and as you know, we are the largest middle school in the state. The size of our school, and with it the abundance of talent, both athletically, artistically, and musically, along with the intelligence and character of those of you sitting here in front of us, is our greatest strength. I'd also like to take a minute to acknowledge our 8th grade faculty and staff. We have been fortunate, very fortunate, to have a group of professionals with the perfect combination of the desire to see their kids succeed and the understanding that it's the relationships that are the key to that success. And nobody exemplifies that more than the housemaster and guidance counselor that have been right alongside for 3 years with a caring and dedication second to none, Mrs. Gigante and Ms. Frank. Parents, 3 years ago, you sent your just out of elementary school kids to this seemingly overwhelming place and put your faith in us. Today, you get to see what they have become, and you should be filled with pride. You should all also know that even though they don't always show it, your kids are grateful that you were there by their side. And they want you to stay right there, maybe just a few steps back, for the next 4 years. At least 4 years. I would also like to thank all of you for your support during your years at Higgins. In my 21 years at Higgins, never once has this community's involvement in and dedication to their children's education ceased to impress me. And so, 8th graders, as I prepare to say farewell, I wanted to leave you with a few words of advice that will hopefully help you continue along the road that you have started on here at Higgins. First, surround yourself with the right people. You can tell a lot about a person by the company he or she keeps. Second, remember the power of the simple phrase, thank you. Say it often. Third, you're going to have many successes and undoubtedly some failures along your journey. Be sure to respond to those failures with dignity, but probably more importantly, succeed with class. The fourth one's a simple one. Be nice to people. As our governor, Charlie Baker, likes to say, if all you have is kindness, that's enough. And finally, hold true the words of Dr. Martin Luther King, who said, no person has the right to reign on your dreams. So go forth from here and make those dreams reality. I have every confidence in the world that you will. Congratulations and thank you for 3 great years.
Thank you, Mr. Busey. Our next speaker walked these halls at one time and has been a lead in as we go forward in moving to our new building. I'd like to introduce Mayor Betancourt.
Good afternoon, and I'm extremely honored to be here with you today for the Higgins Middle School Moving On ceremony, an important moment in the lives of our 8th graders. It is meaningful for 2 reasons. First, we are celebrating the achievement of an important milestone in the educational journey of our students, an opportunity for well-deserved congratulations in obtaining this honor. But today is also a day to look forward in anticipation because our 8th graders will be going to high school next year. Some will go to Bishop Fenwick, St. John's Prep, or a number of different high schools, but most of you will go to Peabody High School to experience some of the best years of your lives. At our high school graduation a couple of weeks ago, we honored over 400 incredibly talented and accomplished students with their diplomas, many preparing for their next step, going on to college. We have students attending Ivy League, MIT, and other top colleges. It is something that makes me proud as mayor to see our young students having success in pursuing their dreams. It is important for our students to know that you can achieve all of your dreams right here from the Higgins Middle School. I could speak for hours, but I promise I won't, of graduates from Peabody who have all gone on to accomplish great things in life. Just last week, I met a young man. It was a great story. He's studying to be a marine biologist. And he's going on an expedition this summer to Africa to study whales. And I thought it was just a great story. And I could cite many examples of people that I've gotten to know and people whose story I've heard of great things that they've accomplished in life, all starting from right here at the Higgins Middle School. Peabody graduates have become leaders in a variety of fields, in medicine, in the law, in business, in the military, in education, in athletics, performing arts, and politics. From right here where you sit, know that you can achieve all of your dreams. I want to congratulate all of you for your hard work. I want to congratulate your families for their love and support of all of you to get you to this point. And I want to thank our teachers and administrators and the whole Higgins community. It's been a difficult year with all the transitioning going on, all the work taking place. And I want to thank you for your patience and your commitment to doing what's best for our students. Congratulations again to our students. Enjoy today, and remember, always dream big. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Betancourt. Our next speaker is Superintendent Herb Levine.
I'm going to tell you guys a true story, real quick. One of the great disadvantages of coming back as superintendent, as I did this year, is that you know you're going to gain weight. In every school, especially elementary schools, there are cupcakes and candy and all sorts of sweets. And I'm telling you the truth, I broke my 3rd belt today. That's a true story. I had to go out and get there's a new belt. Boy, is it warm, huh? I just want to take a minute. At Peabody High School, over the past 2 years, we have had a lot of people come in from the State Department to do what's called an audit of one of 7 or 8 different programs. And we've done very well through the audits, but the most important thing that I took from the auditors from the state was when the person who coordinated all of these adults that were in the high school sent me an email, and to Ms. Murtagh as well, telling us how impressed they were with the kids, how courteous and kind they were. They had to interview a lot of kids, telling us how they were willing to help them if they were lost, how they would approach them and say, "Can we help you?" This is what Peabody is: kindness, courtesy, decency, dignity. We see it through the whole school system, pre-K through 12. And here, certainly at the middle school, I am so impressed with you kids who are graduating and all of the kids who are in the Higgins Middle School. We're proud to be able to give you a new school next year. The high school will seem like a new school to you. The middle school, for the kids who are in the 6th and 7th grade, the new middle school, for the first time, they will have the opportunity to be in brand new science classrooms with great technology and everything that a new school offers. And I will tell you that you very much were part of the decision making in how that school would open, and we thank you for that. But I did want to take a minute to thank Mayor Betancourt, who has been a champion at making sure that we got a brand new middle school. Thank you, Mayor Betancourt, for being a great partner in education. Congratulations to all of you, not just the students, but every adult who has had anything to do with your life. We thank you so much. You mean so much to us as partners. We can't do it without you. And lastly, I wanted to thank the teachers. There is no more important job in the world than teaching. There is nothing more that happens nothing more important that happens on a day-to-day basis than what happens between a teacher and a student in a classroom. Quite frankly, we're window dressing. We're there to help the teachers get what they need. We can't do it without fabulous teachers, and we have fabulous teachers throughout the school system. Thank you to all the staff that works here at the Higgins Middle School. And lastly, everything starts from the top. This is about leadership. There is no better leader in the Peabody Public Schools, and no better leader that I have known in my 48 years in this business than Todd Busey, the middle school principal. Thank you, Todd. To you and your team. So I think that what Mr. Busey said is very important, and then I'm going to sit down. I want to say it again. If nothing else, be kind. Be kind to yourselves and be kind to each other. And no matter what you do when you graduate from high school and move on with the rest of your lives, whether it's college or a job or the military, get involved. We are a representative democracy. We are the greatest country on the face of the earth, no matter what anybody says or does. We are, in America, the greatest country on the face of the earth, and we need you to get involved to keep it that way. That's what representative means. You have to get involved. At the local level, the state level, the federal level, it doesn't matter. Get involved. We count on you, this generation, to take care of us, the next generation, and the generation that's going to come after you. Thank you very much, and congratulations to everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Levine. Now it's on to the reason we're here, all of these students that are in front of us. Our next section of awards goes to those students that really truly have represented Peabody Pride. And if we had 100 awards, we could give out 100 because our students have done some phenomenal things this year, from feeding the hungry to collecting clothes to sending cards to servicemen. We are truly fortunate to have such a wonderful group. At this time, I'd like to invite up Senator, State Representative Spiliotis to give our first award.
Thank you, Karen. Everything you hear, you will hear through this student. Would Sydney Nagel please come forward? Come right here. It's a little lonely back here. Sydney Nagel, obviously, is an excellent student. During her time at Higgins Middle School, she has served as a role model for peers through her active engagement in academics, sports, and community volunteering. She is a member of the National Junior Honor Society and is an active contributor in all of her classes. She always is polite, helpful to students and teachers alike, and through her diligent and inquisitive manner, she stimulates the academic environment in all of her classes. Sydney has also spent significant amount of time helping other students in the school. As a peer mentor and a peer tutor, she is an excellent role model in working with younger students to develop their academic and social skills. In the Best Buddies program, she worked with students with disabilities. As a student advisory board member, her true leadership skills have been displayed through the many projects she has completed. In the arts, Sydney has been a hybrid, a member of both the band and the chorus. She played the flute, and she's also a member of the select choir. Outside of school, Sydney is just as active. She engages in sports such as basketball, lacrosse, and she dances. She even volunteers for a children's dance class. Sydney was an active member of the Relay for Life Higgins Middle School team. Sydney is an excellent representative of the diverse talents of our students here at the Higgins Middle School. Congratulations, Sydney. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Representative Spiliotis. At this time, I'd like to bring up State Representative Thomas Walsh.
Good afternoon. It's really a treat for me to be able to participate in your graduation moving on ceremony this afternoon. And before I present this award, I'd just like to congratulate the Higgins class of 2016. As I said to Dr. Levine as you were all walking in, What an impressive group you are as you walked in. Very classy, and I turned to Dr. Levine and I said, they look like they're ready for high school, so you look like you're ready, so I wish you well. And I would like to invite Elizabeth Newton to come forward. By the way, this is the fun part of the job. Hi, Elizabeth. When one looks for a student that exemplifies intelligence, leadership, community service, strength of character, and citizenship, one needs to look no further than Elizabeth Newton. Elizabeth has in all 4 academic classes received no less than an A in all 4 quarters in the 8th grade. This is a remarkable feat for anyone to accomplish, but it is Elizabeth's personality and spirit that should truly be honored. Elizabeth is a kind, caring, motivated young lady that Aquarius is extremely proud to have had the honor to teach this year. One of the many things that has made Elizabeth such an outstanding citizen is her dedication to the Higgins Helping Hawks peer tutoring program. Her time spent after school with 6th grade students has helped countless students do better with their work, has taught them to take more of an interest in their academics, but most importantly, has allowed them to make a friend with perhaps the best role model they could ever have. Her character also shines through in her role as an executive board member of the Peer Mentor Organization. Every day, 5 on the schedule, Elizabeth has gone to the Dolphins cluster to motivate and inspire a new generation of Higgins students. It is our hope that these students are able to model themselves in the characteristics that Elizabeth demonstrates for them. Elizabeth doesn't simply spend time volunteering during typical school hours, however. Over the summer, she spent over 50 hours volunteering at the Paso Cervantes preschool. There, she donates her time and efforts to watch young children and teaches them to grow and to learn. Elizabeth is a passionate young lady whose dedication shines through in all of her areas of interest. She is the type of person who strives for success. Elizabeth is mature beyond her years, and the teachers truly rely on her to help them whenever necessary due to her trustworthy nature. Elizabeth, congratulations. Hang on. Elizabeth. Elizabeth. Don't leave yet. This is for you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Representative Walsh. At this time, I would like to invite back to the podium Mayor Betancourt, who has 2 awards to give out.
Good afternoon again, and as Karen said, I have the privilege of announcing 2 award winners, and I wanted to invite John Edward Moise to come up. Oh, John. That was great. Great. So I have a great story about John that I learned. In the early winter of 2015, John was playing a word roots review game in English class. He always excelled in these type of games, and of course everyone wanted to be on his team. The game came down to the wire and was particularly competitive, as a large sum of extra credit points was to be granted to the victor. When Johnny's group won, his group celebrated and basked in the glory of their victory, as to be expected. The following day, Johnny raised his hand in class and, in a display of utmost maturity and selflessness, announced he was relinquishing his extra points to the second-place team. He reasoned that he had celebrated with too much enthusiasm, and that wasn't right. A good story, and it perfectly reflects the kind of kid Johnny is. An excellent writer, a math whiz, a speller as a participant in the Higgins Middle School Spelling Bee, strangely knowledgeable about everything from popular culture to American history, and able to expound upon highly abstract concepts like space-time continuums and wormholes in space. Who put that in? I don't think anyone could argue with any of this. But with all this high-powered brain can do it, it is Johnny's heart that makes him a special kid. Almost by default, Johnny always puts others before himself. He routinely volunteers to help assist students who have fallen behind in their work. He has earned the respect and admiration of all his classmates, not just for his righteousness, but also for his good humor and friendly demeanor. He is outstanding as a peer mentor, a role model for younger students. Johnny is an out-of-the-box thinker as a member of START Technology program. His interests are varied. He ran cross-country and spring track. He was the prince in the play Into the Woods, which was a leading role. He has excelled in the arts as a winner of the Chorale Directors Award. He performed with their high school chorale and is a member of the Elite Select Choir. There is no question that Johnny is set for success in whatever path he chooses to take in the future. Congratulations. That's terrific. That's good stuff. So you can talk to me about wormholes and everything? We just set up a meeting. He's going to tell me all about wormholes and space-time continuums later. And I'd like to call up Milana Chaffee. Milana? Yeah, that's right. Nice to meet you, Milana. Milana is a hardworking, dedicated, well-respected, and mature student. She consistently scores well above her peers in all her classes while going above and beyond to help others. She is a quiet leader, stepping back when others want to take the reins, but leading when it is necessary. In the classroom, as well as outside of the classroom, she is organized, cooperative, friendly, helpful, spirited, and focused. Here at Higgins, she is a member of the Higgins chapter of the National Junior Honor Society, where she was commended for her community service, leadership, citizenship, and scholarship. She has been a Higgins Helping Hawks peer mentor, working with 6th grade students and modeling great work habits. She is supportive of her peers in the classroom and also tutors students in math through the Higgins Hawks tutoring program. She is a dedicated member of the Higgins cross-country team as well as spring track and field and chorus. She participates in the Best Buddies program and donates her time as a religious education teacher in the community. This year, she has logged over 50 community service hours while still maintaining a high grade point average and a cheerful disposition. Milana's maturity and dedication make her a great example to others and a deserving recipient of this award. Congratulations, Milana. Congratulations. That's terrific.
Thank you so much, Mayor Betancourt. At this time, I'd like to invite up our State Senator, Joan Lovely.
Thank you and good afternoon. I'll be really quick with my congratulations to the class of 2016. I know it's a little warm in here and you want to move on to get your diplomas. So let me ask Jessica Basilar to come up. Hi, Jessica. Jessica Basilar is an outstanding student in every way. She is a conscientious and dedicated student, curious in the subjects taught and the world around her. She asks thoughtful and insightful questions in algebra, as well as in her other subjects, displaying genuine interest in what she is learning. She is a gentle leader in groups exuding empathy toward those who struggle. Her career at the Higgins Middle School has been exceptionally successful, earning principal's list every year. As a National Junior Honor Society member, she has demonstrated her excellence in academics, leadership, and community service. She donates her time once a week after school, tutoring other students with their academics. She is mature and poised when undertaking a challenging task. Her thoughtful and methodical approach to challenges serves as a role model for others to emulate. She has participated in many of the cluster activities, taking on leadership roles during the candy cane sales, carnation sales, and at the dance snack bar. Jessica is also part of the Higgins Technology Center, giving thoughtful feedback to teachers and students alike. In addition, Jessica is talented in the arts, a member of Select Choir for all 3 years, and a Chorale Director Award winner, the only one to receive a perfect score in Select Choir tryouts, and a valued section leader. Jessica was also the lead in this year's play, performing the role of Cinderella. She was a captain of this year's field hockey team and has volunteered at community events such as the craft fair. She is someone who others want to be around because her simple presence influences others to become better people. Congratulations, Jessica.
Thank you, Senator Lovely. District Attorney John Blodgett has always been a friend to education, and especially here at the Higgins Middle School. He also sponsors award, but unfortunately he's unable to attend, so I'm going to invite Principal Todd Busey to come up and award that.
In District Attorney Blodgett's in his absence, it is my honor to present this scholarship to Rebecca Trong. Rebecca, come on up. Rebecca is not your average 8th grader. She is tenacious, fiercely determined, bold, principled, and unafraid to express her opinions on intellectual subjects most students her age would never even consider, whether it's women's rights, corruption in politics, or racial inequality. Despite her successes, Rebecca does not in any way hold herself in higher regard than others. Humble by nature and bound by kindness and compassion for others, Rebecca has a perfect blend of individual drive and a collectivist mentality that makes her a great listener and team member. Only a fool would stand between Rebecca and her lofty goals. Rebecca has been a constant principals list student all 3 years here at Higgins Middle School, and a member of the National Junior Honor Society. She is a well-rounded individual who actively participates and demonstrates leadership in many facets of middle school life. Rebecca has been a member of chorus and the select choir for 3 years. She has participated in the drama club and assumed a leading role in this year's production of Into the Woods. She is a peer mentor working with 6th grade students on the yearbook club, student council, and a leader in the START technology program, paving the way for the next generation of learners here at Higgins. In addition to her school activities, she's very active in her community, serving meals to the homeless, working in her church, and helping out elderly neighbors. Someday, when Rebecca is off making the world a better place, the Higgins Middle School will be very proud. Congratulations, Rebecca.
At this point in our program, we are going to recognize those students who have had perfect attendance, which is an unbelievable achievement, and also for those students who have received principal's list for all 4 quarters, all 3 years here at the Higgins Middle School. I invite up Mr. Busey and Mrs. Giganti to award those.
Don't go far, Rebecca. We have 4 students in the Higgins Middle School class of 2016 that have not missed a day of school during their entire middle school career. This is particularly impressive given the number of snow days we've had over the last couple of years, I think 7 last year alone, that has wreaked havoc on our school schedule. We would like to take a minute to acknowledge the following students for their exceptional dedication and commitment to our school. Diana Lee. Kelly Moline. Rebecca Trong. And Samantha Trong. Three very impressive graduating 8th graders have achieved the lofty status of principal's list for each of the 12 marking periods here at Higgins Middle School. That means they are leaving us with a perfect 4.0 grade point average as they move on. Diana Lee. Julia Pellizzaro. And Rebecca Trung. Congratulations to all of you on that amazing accomplishment.
Thank you. We are now going to begin the process of awarding certificates. Just so parents know, once again, we're being taped by Peabody Access Television, and we would like every student to be recognized and to be able to hear their name on the repeat. So what we will be doing is we'll be calling one cluster at a time. We ask you to hold any comments, applause, until after Mrs. Giganti says the Orion cluster may sit, okay? So we'd like to make sure everybody's going to hear their names when we do the replay on cable. So at this time, I would like to invite up Mayor Betancourt, who will be greeting students, Dr. Herbert Levine, who will be greeting students on the other side of the bridge, welcoming them to their high school careers, Ms. Kara Murtagh, Principal Busey, Mrs. Giganti, Guidance Counselor Ms. Frank, and Mrs. Giganti, I'm going to pass it to you. There you go.
Thank you. Before we begin, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the families and extended families who are here today among us. I want to especially thank you for your support these past 3 years. 8th graders, soon to be moving on. This is a very different venue from the auditorium where we first met 3 years ago. You were young, nervous, and anxious. I was older than you, a bit nervous, and very anxious to get to know you all. Well, we have gotten to know each other, and I am especially proud of the young men and women you have become. I wish you all the very best in high school and beyond. I know you will strive to become all that you are capable of becoming. As I officially address the class of 2016 for the last time, I wish to leave you with a simple quote from a book we all know, Dr. Seuss, Oh, the Places You'll Go. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. Now, with much anticipation, would the Orion cluster and their teachers please stand? Mr. McCabe, Mrs. Mulligan, Mr. Mall, and Mrs. O'Connell. Victoria Diaz, Alexander Salvo, Chloe Simmons, Anna Carolina Almeida, Christopher Beausoleil, Stephen Carter Jr., Sydney Colbert, Joshua DiNapoli, Drinkwater, Nicholas Fiore, Gerardo Garcia, Gianna Grenier, John Dine, May LaBelle, Guilherme Lozario, Amanda Marmiani, Cody Mason, Sydney Nagel, Maxwell Oliveira, Sarah Rubchinek, Nicholas Savageau, Anthony Solis, Sydney Tefault, Alan Therese, Lilia Avila, Samuel Batista, Emily Carney, Ryan Charfy, Dylan DeRossi, Allison Felizardo, Jack Flaherty, Patrick Geisler, James Gyree, Bethann James, Joelle Kashila, Avery Langone, Brianna McIntyre, Kyle Medeiros, Angelina Nicolo, Jacob Parisi, Elida Santana, Patrick Savageau, John Stott, Anastasia Torres, Dylan Walsh, Brianna Barbaro, Patrick Carboni, Olivia Cassidy, Dominic Cunha, Liliana Cunha, Justin Zelnick, Ramon Franco, Deanna Giamelis, Aiden Gillette, Benjamin Kemp, Brianna Kais, Chrisley Maraca, Jessica Montero, Nicholas Patarelli, Samuel Peralta, Jodasha Filippo, Cassandra Sayre, Yuri Seti, Stephanie Shope, Colin Sullivan, Jaden Wallace, Derek Anise, Caitlin Blake, Michael Carr, Felicity Salado, Jasmine Kushney, Jacob Devlin, Jacob Farhat, Aaron Gagnon, Megan Giraldes, Jeremy Granizzo, Selene Kipe, John Lander, Haley Lindstrom, Leslani Mariano, Kayla Morais, Sean Morgan, Arcelis Rivera, Philip Ryan, Talis Simeo, Raquel Sousa, Colby Therian. Congratulations to the Orion Cluster. Would the Gemini Cluster and their teachers please stand? Mrs. Morrissey, Mrs. Omasta, Mr. Hayes, Mr. Sousa, Mrs. DiGregorio, Mrs. Reardon, Mrs. May, and Mrs. Vegalakis. Evelina Ajazi, Samuel Aruju, Stephen Bowers, Katarina Brilliant, Louis Cepeda III, Shayna Correggio, Devin Cunha, Enzo Georgia, Brianna Gomes, Nathan Kadima, Jordan Labby, Jade Martinez, David McNally, Madison Nerrick, Jake Paragona, John Ranieri, Jenna Regal, Joyce Santillan, Alec Silva, Zoe Carrion Tinsley, Brandon Thomas Pole, Adam Aylwood, Victoria Balke, Ryan Bradley, Juliana Simino, Casey Goudreau, Dylan Gilmain, Brandy Lanny, Eric Lemaire, Julia McGrath, Sally Nguyen Wong, Anthony Parente LeBlanc, Noah Rowan, Julian Roman, Aaron Rooney, Crystal Silva, Timothy Sousa, Rachel Turner, Stephen Whitehead, Kyle Almeida, Killian Barry, Evan Bazarian, Joseph Casey Jr., Milana Chaffee, Marielle Farah, David Ferguson, Michael Hernandez, Emily Hockman, William Machado, Shori Medrano, Julia Pelizzaro, Dylan Peluso, Leah Salem, Brian Santos, Natalia Silvera, Zachary Thomas, Gabriella Wojcik, Omer Akbar, Konstantinos Anastasius, Caitlin Betancourt, Aaron Bouchard, Hobson Carvello, Daniel Catanzano, Ashley Correggio, Christopher Fazolo, Abby Fitzgerald, Robert Forty, Clevin Hushi, Fadima Kaba, Philip Makochi, Yalines Medrano, James Nicholson, Bianca Pinto, Christopher Plunkett, Eleni Sanchez, Austin Seck, Lydia Sorpole, Barbara Sweeney, Carlos Vieira Rodriguez, Congratulations to the Gemini cluster. Would the Aquarius cluster and their teachers please stand. Ms. Carnes, Mrs. McLaughlin, Mr. Fernari, Mr. Murphy, Mrs. Keating. Tiana Abreu, Jordan Barry, Jacob Kaplan, Caroline Castro, Caleb Denham, Ashley Dorgan, Ashley Drinkwater, Anthony Fejo, Nicole Furtado, Ashley Hernandez, Alexandra Ladd, Kyle McCarthy, Joshua Neumann, Elizabeth Newton, Guilherme Pereira, Nicholas Ritchie, Kaimani Rogers, Daniel Ryan, Abigail Ryder, Trevor Smith, Ava Tanner, Megan Aguiar, Alexa Bianco, Samantha Cercenis, Anthony Conforti, Christopher Duranian, Kaylee Eastman, Chrysanthi Gazios, Tristan Hubitz, Daphne Jalbert, Julianne LeBlanc, Eric Moody, Kyle Morphus, Stephen Nova, Michael Pike, Cameron Rich, Alec Santos, Alexandra Turco, Astrid Aponte, Jennifer Azevedo, Jason Betancourt, Megan Braley, Colleen Crotty, Claudio De Silva, Connor Dragotis, Michaela Evangelista, Michael Evangelista Jr., Joanna Goulis, Alexander Jean, Nicholas Klinger, Emily McDonald, Kyle Morais, Brian Panzini, Keisha Pena, Christian Plumbitis, Dominic Rinaldi, Calvin Scribner, Megan Smith, Jezebel Tavares, Caitlin Vinagro, Justin Walsh, Danielle Barrasso, Kennedy Cambui, Sabrina Cambui, Megan Chonger, Mason Davis, Victoria Diaz, Aniola Falehi, Ana Clara Fernandez, Jocelyn Hannon, Angelica Knicker, Joseph Laro, Brittany Marcelino, Jaden Mullen, Osvaldo Peguero, Matthew Powers, Elizabeth Rodriguez, Aristides Rosopoulos, Cameron Smith, Madison Sukechi, Sasha Siska, Tamara Whitmore. Congratulations to the Aquarius Cluster. Would the Pisces Cluster and their teachers please stand? Mr. Clark, Mr. Arsnow, Mrs. Shea, Mr. Powers, Mrs. Lago Giannis, Mrs. Innes. Olivia Angelakis, George Bento, Robert Betancourt Jr., Brianna Brown, Ricky Salazar Camilo, Olivia Colaby, Aaron Camo, Magdalena Deli, James Ferreira, Amira Garba, Nicholas Ippolito, Eliana Kimber, Riley Lynch, Nicholas Morganti, Grant Paglia, Alexis Papamichael, Cameron Regas, Caitlin Rice, Brian Texera, Zachary Vieira, Carolise Ware, Janice Avellino, Gavin Burns, Adrian Canella, Jake Caruso, Matthew Davidson, Shelby Doucette, Liam Finnegan, Jacob French, Kelsey Gaudino, Olivia Kwong, Jonathan Martins, Janelle McCormick, Edmund Nazaro IV, Angel Paulino, Gabrielle Poirier, Daniel Sanchez, Milady Santana, Jose Tejada Jr., Julia White, Jonathan Wood, Julia Barnes, Cassidy Butt, Isaac Calderon, Nathan Carter, Ilona Seca, Miles Desprez, Cassandra Espinola, Gabriela Gomez, Diana Lee, Madison Melvin, Anthony Minicello, Christopher Perez, Patrick Pereira Perez, Michelle Poirier, Alexander Sereno, Erin Silva, Rebecca Trong, Tommaso Verdiglione, Christopher Viana, Nicholas Viana, Jordan Anzoni, Alexa Barrett, Samuel Call, Joseph Castricini, Alexis Cortez, Christopher Coyne, Eleandra Ferreras, Maxwell Fielkowski, Kari Hobbs, Jake Howard, Georgia Leon, Jean Edward Moyes, Caleb O'Hara, Shay Oliver, Tyler Pruill, Sharon Quinone, Vincent Roman, Patrick Severino, Caitlin Swenson, Samantha Trong, Anthony Vetrano. Congratulations to the Pisces cluster. Would the Pegasus, at this time, we would ask you to hold your applause. Would the Pegasus cluster and their teachers please stand? Mr. St. Pierre, Mrs. Magliozzi, Ms. Quirk, Mr. Menard, Mrs. DeMild, Mrs. Watson, Mrs. Vine, and Mr. Owen. Magdalena Anderley, John Anzalone, Jalen Boris, Nayeli Contreras, Stanleyson Dekpa, Brandon Dix, Megan Doherty, Ariana Gerard, Eunice Humani, Jade Ledbury, Anthony Lamoli, Olivia Medeiros, Brendan Mills, Anthony Perez, Natasha Quintal, Raghu Sood, Alwyn Thompson, Nathaniel Turner, Gianna Anzalone, Angelica Castillo, Noah Christopher, Callie Kopp, Gino Dragotis, Catherine Encarnacion, Alexander Freeman, Erin Hennigan, Calvin Njemi, Olivia Karakopoulos, Madeline Lomasny, Oscar Mahia, Kelly Moline, Jack Murphy, Jeffrey Piasecki Jr., Dean Roberts, Daniel Rosa, Camilla Silva, Deshaun Soroy, Joseph Talbot, Gabriela Torres, Angelique Zella, Jessica Basilar, Angel Brunez Siriaco, Kathleen Colagiovanni, Sulemi Pena Dela Cruz, Riley Dempsey, Devin Espinola, Kayla Felice, Riley Guillen, Ryan Knox, Avery Krall, Cameron Mealy, Olivia O'Connor, Choke Onwagu, Alexander Plant, Declan Russell, Amanda Stanton, Dana Tennant, Anna Setlin, Brazilda Zelli, Jonathan Anton, Skyla Barugian, Justin Andrade Bradley, Gerardo Caminero III, Maggie Connolly, Jeremiah Desolinas, Jessica DiCollegiero, Danny Farhat, Wilkin David Frias, Emma Garvey, Gennaro Herbert, Damian Corkulis, Jillian Kraus, Jonathan Ladd, Maya Martinez, Daniel Miller, Dominic Panarisi, Nikki Papadopoulos, Matthew Raymond, Joshua Russo, Arik Toussaint, Ariana Vanderhoop. Congratulations to the Pegasus Cluster.
All right, isn't that awesome? You were one of the best crowds I think I've seen here in 10 years. So thank you all for that. At this time, we will begin our recessional where students will return to their homerooms, pick up some paperwork, and then they will be coming back to whatever meeting place they were supposed to plan with you or coming back to the gym. There are some people that are invited to the award ceremony. There is a special award ceremony after. If you are one of those people, you can take some time in the small gym, and then we will be bringing you, we're going to rearrange a few things, and we'll bring you back here. You're invited to take pictures on the bridge, but at this time, we will start the recessional. Congratulations, Higgins class of 2016.
Good evening once again. Welcome to our annual Grade 8 award ceremony. I'm not sure which annual, it's like 5th or 6th at this point. We've been doing it for the last several years. And we started as a way of recognizing the achievement, effort, and citizenship of our graduating 8th graders. There's so much to celebrate about the students here at Higgins, and this is our way of acknowledging the best of the best. Each cluster will be presenting awards this evening to their students to recognize all of their successes. And we are going to start with the Aquarius cluster. Sure. To present the award for achievement in science is Aquarius science teacher Ms. McLaughlin, presenting it to Sasha Siska. And for effort in science, Cameron Rich. Ms. Carnes will present the award for math achievement to Ana Clara Fernandez. And for her effort in math, Chrysanthi Gazios. To present the award for achievement in Aquarius English, Mr. Murphy, presenting to Abby Ryder. And for her effort in English, Elizabeth Newton. Elizabeth was also presented with Representative Walsh Scholarship earlier this afternoon. I'd like to present her with that as well. Mr. Fernari will present the Social Studies Awards from Aquarius. First, for achievement, Alexandra Turco. And the award for effort in social studies goes to Caroline Castro. The Aquarius Cluster is also presenting citizenship awards to 2 students who have demonstrated outstanding school citizenship throughout the year. First, to Mike Evangelista. And the other award for citizenship in the Aquarius Cluster goes to Ava Tanner. Congratulations and thank you to the Aquarius Cluster. Next up, the Gemini Cluster. Mr. Hayes will present the Social Studies Achievement Award in Gemini to Leah Salem. And for effort in social studies in Gemini, Evan Bazarian. Presenting the Math Awards for Gemini, Mr. Souza. First, for the Math Achievement Award, to Casey Goudreau. The Math Effort Award in Gemini goes to David Ferguson. Mrs. Omasta will present the Science Awards for Gemini. First, for Science Achievement, Milana Chaffee. Milana also received one of the Mayor's Awards earlier at the ceremony, so I'd like to present her with her write-up that was read by the Mayor. Congratulations. And for her effort in science, Marielle Farrar. Mr. Hayes is back, this time to present the English awards on Miss Morrissey's behalf. First, the Achievement Award to Julia Pellizzaro. And the award for effort in English to Julia McGrath. Gemini will also hand out some citizenship awards this afternoon. First, to Jenna Regal. And the other citizenship award in the Gemini cluster goes to Madison Nerick. Congratulations, Gemini. And now the Orion cluster. Rises. To start, Mr. McCabe will present the Social Studies Awards in Orion. The Achievement Award goes to Brianna McIntyre. I don't believe Brianna is here tonight. And for her effort in social studies, Carolina Almeida. For English in Orion, Miss Mulligan presents the Achievement Award to Jodasha Filippo. And the Orion Award for Effort in English to Sydney Colbert. Mr. Mall will present the Science Award, starting with the Achievement Award to Jack Guiney. And the award for effort in science to May LaBelle. Ms. O'Connell will present the awards for math in Orion, starting with Mathematics Achievement Award to Raquel Souza. And the Math Effort Award to Cassandra Seri. I'd also like to call up Sydney Nagel, who was awarded the Representative Speliotis Scholarship earlier this afternoon. I'd like to present her with her write-up that was read by Representative Speliotis. And for the Citizenship Awards in Orion, first to Ramon Franco. And the other award for Citizenship in Orion to Claire James. Congratulations, Orion. Representing the Pisces clusters, Mr. Clark. I'll give him a minute to set up. We will start with English. The award for English Achievement goes to Diana Lee. And for his effort in English, Joe Castricini. For the Math Awards for Pisces, starting with the Achievement Award, Georgia Leon. And for effort in math, Jake Howard. Now on to Mr. Clark's very own Science Awards. Starting with Achievement, Cassidy Butt. And for her effort in science, Shelby Doucette. Presenting Mr. Powers' awards in his absence, Mr. Clark will present the Achievement Award in Social Studies to Caitlin Swenson. And for effort in social studies, Alexis Cortez. I would also like to call up Rebecca Trong to receive the write-up that I was privileged to read during the award ceremony, during the Moving On ceremony today from District Attorney Blodgett. Rebecca. For the Citizenship Awards for the Pisces Cluster, first, Samantha Trong. And the other Citizenship Award in Pisces goes to Adrian Canella. Congratulations, Pisces. Thank you, Mr. Clark. And the Pegasus Cluster. Starting with English, Ms. Magliozzi presents the award for achievement in English to Megan Doherty. And for effort in English, Avery Kroll. Ms. Quirk will present first the Math Awards, Math Achievement, to Jessica Basilar. Jessica also received Senator Lovely's award at the Moving On ceremony earlier, so I'd like to present you with that right up. Congratulations. And for his effort in math, Anthony Perez. Mr. St. Pierre could not be here this evening, so presenting his awards will also be Ms. Quirk. First, for Social Studies Achievement, Dana Tennant. And for his outstanding effort in social studies, Oscar Mejia. And for Pegasus Science Awards, Mr. Menard will award the Achievement Award to Magdalena Anderley. And for his effort in science, Danny Miller. Two citizenship awards in Pegasus. First, Maggie Connolly. And also receiving a citizenship award from Pegasus, Erin Hennigan. I'd also at this point like to call up John Moyse to award him with the Mayor's Award write-up that was read this afternoon. We really just wanted to hear that again. That's why we did that again. Congratulations, Pegasus. Next, I'd like to take a few minutes to recognize a group of students that I've had the pleasure of working alongside this year. Our 20-member Student Advisory Board has dedicated so much of its time toward working toward their goal of making the Higgins a better place. It has been said that what you do has far greater impact than what you say. What this group has done is pretty impressive. In just one short year, they were able to, among other things, raise over $3,000 to provide breakfast to every student on every MCAS day, in addition to our quarterly honors breakfasts. Work alongside our Project 351 ambassadors, Colby and Cassidy, to once again conduct the largest clothing drive in the state and one of the largest food drives in the state. Serve at Cradles to Crayons, creating care packages for those in need, and organize and run year activities for all grades, as well as our Reach Pass program. At this point, I would like to ask Mrs. Gigante, who knows them well, to read their names as they come up.
Thank you, Mr. Busey. I couldn't be more pleased or privileged to announce the names of the members of the 2015-2016 Student Advisory Board. Ryan Bradley. Cassidy Butt. Jacob Kaplan. Jake Caruso. Joseph Castrocini. Mason Davis. Jack Flaherty. Robert Forty. Deanna Giamellos. Jake Howard. Avery Langone. Kelly Moline. Kyle Morphus. Sydney Nagel. Trevor Smith. Colin Sullivan. Sasha Siska. Ava Tanner. Colby Therian. And Jaden Wallace.
Thank you all very much for your support for 3 years. Thank you for coming out today. Thank you for helping us celebrate what is the final moving on ceremony in this building, and probably the final moving on ceremony in this format ever at Higgins Middle School. So thank you very much. Have a great afternoon. Have a great summer.